All right. We're doing the same thing where we pick the player who just came back or just started the first game versus a underperforming player. I like this. This is the theme today. I'm assuming this is the theme. So
The theme was these players are very close to each other in the rankings this week, and one of them was drafted way higher than the other.
there we go. So Rachaad White versus Atlanta or Nick Chubb versus Baltimore. Um, I'll let you start it off again because I know you got all them statistics over there. I already have mine. I already know who I'm starting, so I'm gonna
I
let you
mean,
go.
I think I know too. So Chubb scored double digits in his return last week. Ford is still hurt, and he is the clear RB1. I mean, is that a question? He's performing. He scored a touchdown, which did help his point total. But he's got to battle Pierce Strong and Deontay Foreman. So the QB position is in question in Cleveland right now. DTR is going to be the starter, so we're expecting. Oh no, I'm sorry, Jameis Winston is going to be the starter, so that could air the ball out more. That does change things, and he might not hand the ball off as much, but it's Nick Chubb. You're going to hand Nick Chubb the ball. The Ravens do have the second best rush defense in the league and ranked first in tackles, which is going to hurt. However, the Ravens did give up 50.6 points to the running back position last week, which part of that was Rachaad White, who who's our other matchup here. The Falcons ranked 20th in rush defense, so a lot worse than the Ravens. Even with the split carries with Irvin and Tucker, he still scored 29.1 points last week against the Ravens. However, 6 receptions off of 6 targets in the receiving game with 2 touchdowns equated for 25.1 points of his scoring. He only had 40 yards on the ground, so he wasn't really an effective rusher. He was an effective pass catcher. So thinking about those things, that's something that you will be thinking about. If you're in a standard league, I would not start Rachaad White. I would start Nick Chubb because Nick Chubb is a pure rusher. But if you were starting in a PPR league, Rachaad White might be your guy. And with Jameis Winston coming into play, they don't really have a wide receiver outside of Jerry Jeudy. I still lean Nick Chubb because he's got better opportunity to run the ball.
Okay. Man, we differ again. That's fine. We can differ.
I
So
again, I don't hate you for starting Rachaad White. It's just he also has to battle Sean Tucker and Bucky Irving for
yeah,
carries.
I understand. I pick up what you're putting down, but you're missing a couple points here. First off, what happens when the Cleveland Browns are down 21 and it's the second quarter?
That's fair. That actually that's totally fair. You know what?
What's going to
You know
happen?
what? I'm gonna go with Rachaad White
No, you
actually.
can't
So
change. You can't change.
yeah,
You
I
can't change.
can. That's
Nope,
the whole
nope,
point of
nope.
this
It's
show.
locked in. Locked.
No, it's
Locked.
I
So
make the sheet.
what's going to happen? What's going to happen when the Buccaneers are down 14-0 against the Atlanta Falcons? You think he's only going to get 6 catches? I'm willing to bet, and I'm not going to, but I'm willing to bet that this man, Rachaad White, gets double-digit targets this week. I'm willing to bet that on my entire life. I'm willing to bet that Sean Tucker's usage goes up because last week on Monday Night Football, I believe it was below 30% snap share, which is
Yeah, it was pretty low.
ridiculous, beyond ridiculous. So what you're going to have to do with Mike Evans and Godwin now, you're going to have to use Rachaad White more in the passing game. Yes, we've seen Jerick McKinnon be successful, or Boston Scott, or there's so many more people. Danny Woodhead. There's so many PPR running backs out there that were successful for so long because that was their role. Austin Eckler made. I'm not saying Rachaad White's Austin Eckler, but Austin Eckler doesn't need 1,000 yards to be relevant. He never has. He never will. You guys still started Austin Eckler. I'm not saying he is Austin Eckler, but in the role he plays, where he's not a very good running back in between the tackles because he's not. Bucky Irvin and Sean Tucker are way better at that. So they have to figure something out where we don't have our all pro, receiver in Chris Godwin. We don't have a Hall of Famer receiver in Mike Evans. We need to figure this out. You're going to see a lot of wheel routes. You're going to see a lot of Texas routes, a lot of screens. I think Rachaad White's going to be majorly involved in this offense, but not on the ground. It's going to be through the air because they have 3 running backs, 3 very good running backs. Sean Tucker was a man I called sleeper of that division way back when, and I'm so glad he finally came out. He's got to keep it going. That offensive coordinator over there, Todd Bowles, the head coach, he said oh yeah, we're gonna get them all involved. Well, he lied because Sean Tucker was not involved against Baltimore. He lied. So now he has to tell the truth and actually get Sean Tucker in there and let Rachaad White do his thing. I'm going Rachaad White for all those reasons I just said. It's easy for me. I think the Browns are going to get stomped. I don't think Nick Chubb's going to have a chance. You're looking at 10 carries for 30 yards. Cool. You hope he gets a touchdown. That hope of a touchdown, you're going to get in points in PPR leagues with Rachaad White. 6 points for a touchdown, 6 points for 6 catches. What's more? And then plus on those 6 catches, you get the yardage on top of that and plus possibility of touchdowns. It's just higher upside for me, lower floor for Nick Chubb.
The Buccaneers said that they were going to get all of them involved, but go with the hot hand, by the way. So
Yeah.
Sean Tucker did not have the hot hand, so they didn't get the ball.
How could he get a hot hand if he's not getting the ball?
Well, maybe do well on your first carry.
Oh, yeah.
Just 5 carries.
One shot, baby. You got one shot. Here it is.
He did have 5.8 yards per carry, so that's
and they didn't use him.
I know, that's weird.
Yeah,
but
Todd Bowles is an idiot. What I tell you? Oh, I don't want to go into it.
Not even thinking about defenses. I would go with Rachaad White, all things considered.
Yeah. I made one person a believer.
Expected just be disappointed when Bucky Irving gets all the carries.
And then Rachaad White gets all the catches.
And he gets no receptions.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.